Alright, so next up we're going to get down to some specifics here. I want to be able to write on the screen of my Doceri. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll go up into the top left and I'll press on this pen. And if you notice what it just did right there was it took a scan of my screen. So now I am locked in. Basically I'm looking at a picture of my screen. So there's a number of things that I can do with this, and in this video we're going to highlight some of those tools in the middle. So we'll take a look at those middle tools here. And the first one that I can see is my pen, which is automatically selected. In my pen I can choose a number of different colors. I can also change the spacing. If I wanted it to be a dashed line, I can go up higher here. If I wanted it to have a thicker pen, okay, notice, and it shows what you have up there. Thinner pen. What I would do is I would encourage you to start with a small width of pen size and then work your way up as you get more comfortable or based on what that specific task requires. Also, you have a number of other options: marker, spray paint can, a small tip highlighter, large tip highlighter, paintbrush, a line, a rectangle, a circle, or a line with the arrow. So a lot of different options that you have in there. So if I go back to, this is my paintbrush, I select the paintbrush, and just to test drive that out, right now it's set at yellow, so maybe I wanted to change that up. So I'll press on the paintbrush again and we'll change it up to brown. And I'll change it up. This time I want it to be a much thicker paintbrush. So you notice how it's got like the strokes there. Say we want it to go green on this one. Okay. Makes it pretty nice. Another cool feature is the highlighter. So if I press on the highlighter here, I can change the size of it, as we've been able to change for all the others. And simply just highlight whatever text I want, and it will still show the text behind it or image behind it, but it will allow you to highlight certain aspects of that presentation. The next feature is the straight line, because we all know that drawing straight lines is a huge tool to have in a classroom. Now, one of the cool things about this is my students will not see this line until I release. So if I'm looking at my computer and drawing the line at the same time, say I'm going to do this here and I'll draw this line, notice it still doesn't show up on the computer screen until I let go. Once I let go, it shows up. Pretty cool feature to have, so you can mess around with it a little bit, get comfortable with it, and then be able to show your students. Same thing for a straight line with an arrow. And in this case I've got it set so that the spacing is almost all the way up. I can change that so that it's a solid line, and it will show up as a solid line. Same thing with our ellipse or circles. And one of the really cool features is your ability to erase. So the eraser, and I automatically default my eraser to the largest as possible because my mistakes are not small mistakes. So you can change that based on your confidence and comfort level with it. And then to erase, I'm just simply going to take my finger and wipe the screen, and it will erase anything that's in its path. Notice it does not erase the text behind it. It just erases the annotations. Now say you made a mistake. You didn't want to erase all of that. What I can do is up here I've got this little squiggly line with an arrow. This is my undo. So it just undid all of my last annotation. I can redo, and it will give me back that annotation. In this case it was an erasing. If I don't like the entire screen that I have, say I've got all of this and I'm done for the period, done for this part of the problem, wanted to be able to erase it, all I need to do is come up to the windshield wiper, press erase all strokes, and you've got a clean sheet. So hopefully that helps.